Greetings and welcome to Socialbit.io. For today's demo, we will be tackling travel influencers. So if I am a travel company or a travel agency, or maybe I represent the Department of Tourism for a particular city or regions, it doesn't matter, it's all the same. I'm going to start with my language. This will ensure that no matter what influencer I reach out to, I'll be able to actually communicate with them. And I speak English, so I chose English. And I'm being shown 500,000 English-speaking influencers. That's a great start. Next, I'm going to go ahead and choose my category. I'm going to go ahead and choose the travel category. So travel and events is how YouTube categorizes it. And we're going to be shown 5.7 thousand travel and events influencers. Now, when I say influencers, I do mean YouTubers. We can always switch it over to Instagram if we so please, but I find YouTube more interesting. Next up, I'm going to choose for the YouTubers to be from the United States because that's where I live. I want to talk to them on my own time zone. It is a huge problem for influencer marketers to arrange a time to speak to all of the influencers within their campaigns when they're located all around the globe. So by making sure they're located in your own time zone, you eliminate a lot of hassle. So next up, I'm going to choose for them to have at least 100,000 or more subscribers. I don't want any micro influencers. Now we're looking at 102 US-based English-speaking travel influencers with 100,000 or more subscribers. I want them active in the last 30 days. I want them to have a public email. If they're active with a public email, they will be way more likely to respond to me. So now we're looking at 64 influencers. Fantastic. Next up, I want them to also have an Instagram. That way they can advertise on both platforms. Instagram is great for travel influencers. They can show all the pictures from their events. So now we're looking at 31 influencers. Let's go ahead and target a female audience between the ages of 25 and 34. That's the age group that tends to spend the most money. So you can monetize off them. So let's give you 30% of that. And you know what? Let's make sure they're also from the United States. So now we're looking at one influencer. So just like that, I was able to go from 500,000 influencers down to one. And I got the perfect influencer for me. And if I wanted to, I could go ahead and go into their individual profile and check out the individual stats. If these stats impress me, I can go ahead and click this button to start a personal conversation with that influencer. If she does not respond to me after a few days, I don't have to worry. I can just click this button to donate $1 or $2. In order for her to collect those funds, she will have to read my message. Now, she doesn't have to respond to it. She just has to read it, and that is half the battle. Influencers get hit up with brand deals all day long. They probably receive hundreds of messages a day. So by making sure that they at least read your message, you increase the likelihood that they'll respond to you. And there's lots of great stats in these profiles. They let you know what their average views are. Are they meeting the average views? Are they growing subscribers? Are they losing subscribers? Has any of their videos gone viral lately? What does their audience look like? What are their audience interests? And their brand mentions. This particular influencer has worked with Kickstarter 7 times. I can click this Kickstarter logo and see all the Kickstarter related videos. This is really cool to get a feel for their style of sponsored content making. You don't want them to phone it in. And you can also make sure they're not deleting any videos. Any influencer who ever deletes a sponsored video is a red flag to never work with them. And this is the most engaged influencer section. This is a cool little section that we offer. It tells you out of all their subscribers, which ones also have YouTube channels themselves. So which of their subscribers are also influencers. If I were to work with this particular person, I could probably work with all these people as well, and usually at a discounted rate. Why at a discounted rate? Well, if I'm already working with an influencer that they're subscribed to, they'll be way more likely to trust me. It immediately gives me credibility. So this was a really, really complex search. Let's do a more simpler one. Let's go ahead and go to the travel and events section. Let's make sure they all speak English. Let's make sure they all have a public email. And then let's say, let's type in the word China. Let's make sure that they have recommended that people travel to China, or that they've gone to China and have blogged about it. They're familiar with it, but something with China related. Now we have 390 English-speaking travel influencers who have made video about China. This is fantastic. I'm going to go to list view. I'm going to select all, and I'm going to send all 390 a mass email and just kind of see who replies back. That mass email will show us coming from my personal email address, so it doesn't look like spam. I can always add this to a list and save it to later. And I could even just get rid of China there, and I could type in maybe Australia, if I can spell Australia. Thank goodness there's an autofill in for me. And now I can have 308 English-speaking travel influencers who have made videos about Australia, recommending people travel to Australia. They're familiar with Aussie. I can add that to a list. Call that my Australian influencer list. I can do it again. How about we go to London? Type in London. Now we got 375 London travel influencers. Add that to a list, or just send them all an email. So I'm doing all of this in real time, and I could have technically sent out a couple thousand emails to 3 different categories of travel influencers. It really is that simple, and it is that useful. So if you want to nail down just this 1 or 2 influencers for you, Socialbook can do that. You want to email a bunch, Socialbook can do that as well. Just keep in mind that Socialbook search function is only about 20% of the actual platform. The other 80% does some amazing campaign management features that allows you to do email campaigns. There's email tracking, there's link shorteners, for link tracking, be able to see if someone clicks a link, what do they do next? Do they register for something? Do they download something, etc.? There's also competitor analysis. Be able to look at one of your competitors, see what influencers they're using. Lots of great things. It would take about 30 minutes to demo you the full capability of Socialbook, and there is a link in the description of this video if you want to set that up. Other than that, we would be more than happy to have you on board, and thank you very much for your interest in Socialbook.io. We hope you enjoyed this video.